Hello everyone, welcome. So remember the problem that I have in my layouts is that um, I had to do this trick to get my helper class inside the views, and this is a really ugly approach. I really would not like to stick with this in every one of my layouts. So I decided to change this, and in order to change it, I looked through the internet, and the best solution I did come up with was the facade class that the Laravel framework is making use of. So I dig through and created one for us to be able to use it in our application. And you can find this link in the below description in this video, and you can just copy this area block of code, and we're going to come to our application. We're going to create a folder called Facades. It's going to be inside our app right above here, and then we're going to create a facade.php and then just paste it in here. We do not have to worry about modifying it at all. So this is a beautiful class written by Taylor Otwell for Laravel, and we're going to make use of this file, and we're going to be able to use every pretty much anything in the services. Like we're going to be able to use flash, out, session, config, anything that we would like to define through facades, so we can reach all of these statically. Just like how, if you ever used Laravel, just like how the Laravel does. Let's create let's actually set up everything we need to do about this file. So first thing we need to go is config, and we're going to specify facades folder. So let's just say facade dir, and then app path. It's inside the app folder, so I'm going to call it facades. So I define the path that goes to this folder right here, and then what I have to do, I have to go to my loader. This time I'm going to register directory, so I'm just going to use config application facade there. Now we'll register this directory to our application so that these these classes are automatically loaded. We don't have to, auto load or use namespace or anything. So since this is done, what I would like to do is that I am going to register the facade in my application. So I would like that to be done about here, called facade set facade application, and we're just going to pass the application in. Set facade application. I'm trying to make sure there's no mistake at all. And then, since our facade is loaded to our application, let's just test. No error. That means we're looking good here. So we're going to create our first class and call it out.php. Sorry about that. Class alf. Just remove the extents. And what we're going to do here, just going to do protected static function get facade accessor, and we're just going to return alf, and we're going to extend facade class. Of course, I forgot to do that. So alf has to extend this class, which is this one right here, and we're pretty much overriding the facade accessor. And this guy right here is looking through our services, rather HTML, view, anything. In this case, it's going to get the alf. It's going to get this guy right here. So we're going to get the alf instance through this class. Let's actually give it a test. So we're just going to come over here and say of user, number our user function, and we're just going to throw our ID. So if it works, it doesn't work. What does it say? Trying to get property of non-object. What have we done wrong? Well, let's see if we can get user. Pardon. Just put one on. Some curly braces here. Oh, we got a false. Oh, that's weird. Let's log in one more time. 1 5 times. 3 4 5. There we go. Home. Welcome to the home page, and we're reaching the alf user. And let's do ID now. And we got the ID. So this is an implication that alf works, and even inside the view. So what I'm going to do, open up my libs, and I'm going to do this for alf blade and HTML, and I'm also going to add flash. So let's do, I'm going to do view inside of blade. View is actually a nicer name for blade. So I got a view. I'm going to make an HTML like this, and one for flash PHP. And I'm going to come here and just copy the whole thing like that. Come over to flash, paste it, just rename it to flash, and rename this to flash to match this with the flash over here. It has to be the same name that's defined in our DI container. So this is done. Paste it, give it a class name, and HTML in our DI container. This is done. Come to the view. This is view, but this time we're not going to be able to say view here. Let's look at our services. Remember, view belongs to something else, and we defined another one called blade. This is the one we're going to make use of. So we're going to define blade here, and now this works. And And we're going to do one more thing. Okay. So in our services, let me define route as well. .php. Root. I'm guessing it was rather. Yep, rather. And this is done. Okay. In our services, okay. First thing I'm going to try is the root. And I will try modifying all of these with root. But when I do this, it will not work. And that's because we include the roots, which is this file, PHP, inside our DI container, and we're trying to call this inside here. So inside here, this is just defined, and we have no way of getting the instance of this. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab this piece of code and go to our public index PHP, come over here and say boom. And we're going to change this ugliness to just a minute. Now this should work. Let's try. Yep. If our root wasn't set, we would not able to come to this page anyway. So that's an indication that it works. Okay, now we set the root, and now we're going to come over here. Okay, let's fix the flash that we used in our login.play. See, this was an ugly approach. What we're going to do now is we're going to delete this, and I'm using the resources here so that I can log out by deleting the cookie set for localhost. Okay, now we cannot reach the style. What we're going to do, going to choose all the HTMLs and change it with HTML. Remember, we were not able to do this in our HTML library, but now we're using the facade class. We are pretty much making a gateway to the DI container, and we're getting the DI instance through the facades. Now we're able to use this in a pretty simple way. See, if we're seeing this, that means we're in the right path. That means our flash does work. Okay, I'm trying to make a mistake here. There we go. Our flash works pretty good. Okay, one more thing. We don't need this anymore. Just delete this ugliness in our index PHP. And we're set. Let's see if we need to deal with any ugliness whatsoever throughout our application. Okay, let's go to the controllers now and apply some fixations. So this one right here, from now on we can just do this. Well, this was this is our login page. So if this doesn't work, we're not going to be able to see this page, which we don't. What's wrong here? What is wrong here? What does it say? Undefined variable flash. Oops. In the cache. Let's delete these caches. Oh. Delete them all. Refresh. Oh, that's weird. Where did I use flash? Has over here. Oh, I forgot to change these. My bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Call it flash. This is the name of the facade. Remember, we're only using these names over here. Remember, we registered this directory, so these are automatically loaded our application. You do not have to worry about a namespace over here. Just keep that in mind. And now we got a view. This is also an implication that our view facade works too. Remember, over here, we haven't changed this. Now it works. Perfect. We fixed our login blade. Now this works. I'm also going to watch what happens to this one. Since we don't have the facade class for request. Here we go, we do not have a request. So if you do not have the facade for it, do not even try. Now we can change this one. Say off. We can change this guy. Just choose all of them. And say flash. And pretty much it. Yep. It works. That's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.